Break up talk with Brian Adams. Let's get to it. How are you doing, guys and gals? This is a week. What is this? A week. What a week. Halfway through it is Wednesday, Thursday, depending on when you see this. Maybe Friday, Saturday. Depending on when you see the message. But we're pretty much done, almost through the week. We're past Monday, so that's always a good thing, right? Right. I don't have a lot to do to cover, as you see, the shorts. So I don't know if you've noticed this, but this is for the ones that's new to the channel. The way my format is, I do the shorts, do like 3 or 4 shorts throughout the week, weekend and stuff like that, period. And then I'll come into review, or if there's any updates from the shorts, like if I have a story that I'm developing, and if I have any follow-ups. I'm not gonna do a short with the follow-up. I'll just put it in my main one. This is my follow-up review or whatever from the shorts, pretty much. But I just wanted to get that in there and explain how my format is. It may change, but for right now, this is how it's been working for me. And it's something that I can work with, even with my schedule, you know, because we all have a schedule, you know. But I want to say, just make sure you vote. That's very important. Your future will thank you later. All right. So, what do we got lined up here? We'll get into this after this break. Red Cup Talk with Brian Adams. Let's get into it. No, we're not getting into it. Just hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so you can be up to date with content as I drop it. Let's grow this channel together. Come on, Adams family. We got Dwayne Wade. We're going to be talking about Dwayne Wade, nail polish line. Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj. Those are celebrities come up in this trial that, not in the trial, but in the situation, they've come up. These girls has come up. These are the latest celebrities that's come up in this lawsuit filed against Diddy. So we're going to get into that. Cassie saying she may be ready to get back into the business and, you know, do some more, put more music out, put more material out. We'll see. We'll dive into what I've got. You know, and if you know anything, let's compare notes and see where we are with it. How about that, right? That's fair. Yeah. I'm sweating because just finished running and I took a shower and everything. Of course, I'm all fresh, got the fresh tea on, but I'm still hot. And all this light, of course, is not helping. But anyway, keep it moving. Who else we got on here? We got Queen Latifah and the rapper Missy Elliott. Oh, man. Yeah, Gabrielle Union. We're going to get into it, so let's go. Oh, 50 Cent. 50 Cent made it too. I was looking at The Breakfast Club recently, or listening to The Breakfast Club recently, and 50 Cent was on there, and I've always liked 50 Cent as an artist. You know, he's a cool brother. Some things I don't think he's always fair with his decision-making, but for the most part, I do follow him, and I think he's one of the ones that's going to be around for a while. Definitely. So we're going to get into that. Let's do it. All right, so Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade talked on the Mike Epps Media where he was talking about the new nail polish line, and he's saying that nothing serves him better than he loved bonding with his daughter and getting the nails done. Why don't the mom and all three of y'all go get your nails done at the same time? But anyway, he was on the Shannon Sharp show, and he was talking about the love child with his now wife, Gabrielle Union. Well, at the time, him and Gabrielle wasn't married then. They had a break. They just took a break, which most relationships, it's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. Some relationships, especially nowadays, you would probably need a break. Nothing wrong with taking a break. But in the midst of the break, he broke down. He had a love child, what they call a love child, but he had a baby during the break. And he said on Shannon's Sharp that was one of the hardest things having to do was to explain to her, even though she wasn't his wife at the time, what was going to be taking place and what was on the way. I can only imagine having that conversation with your loved one, and y'all are looking to get married. I don't know if they were looking to get married at that point, but she hung in there. Gabrielle Union hung in there with them, regardless of what's going on. On Shannon Sharp, Dwayne Wade make it seem like he was, you know, I got to do this. I'm in control. But it's not just one side. This is a two-sided thing. This is a husband and a wife. She didn't have to hang in there. Regardless of what is being said about her, regardless of how you look at it, she did not have to hang in there. She could have easily exit stage left. Especially when and this was just, I remember they had a story about where it was saying that he pays all the bills and now she pays half because she don't never want somebody to have that over her head. Well, she's a celebrity and she's a A-list celebrity. So I would have been nervous too to talk to her about something like this because you just never know. She could have easily exit stage, like I said, exit stage left and kept it moving. But she didn't. She hung in there. So kudos to the wife for that, definitely. And like I said, they end up going forward. He mentioned that they have counseling. Sometimes your counseling is very, 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 very much needed sometimes in situations, especially with adults. Because as adults, kids, you have a mediator always, uses the aunt, a mom, dad, teacher, counselor, anybody, somebody that can step in and mediate. But as adults, sometimes it's kind of difficult to have that. So I guess someone what kind of, what is he going to do with the styles, and is it going to be unique? Is it going to be better? Because, I mean, polish, pretty much. So, just wondering how he's going to do that, how he's going to incorporate that. Very curious about that. But nonetheless, with you and your daughter and the bonding and the new nail polish, maybe he'll let it be named under her name. I don't know. But anyway, and who knows, maybe they get into cooking. That'd be cool too, because we need more cooks. And I wanted to put this in there. I know at one point the brothers weren't actually in the kid's life, whether it was a girl or a boy. They really weren't in the kid's life as much, so they're trying now. We don't always get it right. We don't always get it right the second time. Third and fourth, a little leeway. Give us a little leeway because, like I said, there was a time where you wasn't getting the dads participating in the family. I mean, and that's not just, I'm talking about from the 70s and 80s. I mean, this has been something and that's just in our community, but in most communities, it's always usually the mom is the backbone for the family and keeping everything together. The grandmother or the mom, the mother usually. Sometimes you have the dad step in, and there's been situations, and not to discredit the ones that the dads that's doing that, because you have a nice percentage of fathers that's actually raising their kids and they're staying with them and they're being with them and they're being in their life, and that's a good thing. But I'm just talking about the ones that know that there was a time where you weren't getting this. You know, the ones that's actually hanging in there and trying to be in the kid's life. Give them some leeway. Because there used to be a time it wasn't that way, and now it's changing. These men are wanting to be in the kid's life. It's a step forward, because we're actually getting more involved. You're hearing about this with the interactions, the daddy-daughter day and stuff like that, daddy-daughter dances and stuff like that. It's not a bad thing. Keep in mind that it could be much worse. It used to be much worse. So. Give them a little leeway. Definitely give them a little leeway, because we're going to need it. You know, you've given it to us before, so why not keep it going, you know? If you agree, if you're not, I get it. But I just wanted to put that out there and point that out, that it could be much, much worse. All right, so let's move. Keep it moving. Moving. Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj. Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj was the two celebrities that was mentioned in a new lawsuit that was filed against Diddy. I can't remember that man's name, but it's a new guy, the new Busby, I think it is. Brain getting good, because I think it is Busby. I wouldn't put a lot of money in, but I put some money there. I think it's Busby, the attorney. He said that he had like over 100-some cases that was going to be coming forward against P. Diddy. Now, to explain it more, Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj was out in Vegas. Now, I thought they weren't rocking with each other, but apparently, I guess, behind the scenes, maybe they rock with each other just on wax. They don't on wax. Oh, my God, I'm taking it back. In public, they don't. I don't know those, but it is said that a young lady was the new drug that they're putting in the baby oil. She was offered to come to a after party hosted by P. Diddy, and Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj so happened to have been in the building. They were there at the after party. But she didn't say anything as far as, you know, communicating or interacting with these two celebrities. So just because with Diddy and this baby oil and all, I don't even think they did baby oil. I for one don't know about how one could go to a party and just be offered bail, step up in the party and be like, give me some baby oil, I'm ready for it. And you get the baby oil, and then you walk. I don't get that. Usually you go to a party, and depending on where you're at and what time of the year it is, you got to go to coat check. And then you go from coat check, and you go to make your way to the bar. Start the party from there. That's what I remember. I don't remember. That would kind of weird me out if I went, say, example, if I was invited to a Diddy function through somebody else, and we get there, I don't even know that there's a Diddy party, because you got to keep in mind you had those type of situations too, where people were going to places and didn't know, but I don't even know that it's a Diddy party, and the young lady or young guy asked me to offer me baby oil. I'm like, what the hell I'm gonna do with some baby oil? I don't get what a baby, honestly, and I guess because Diddy can't say but so much, he can't defend himself, and the people on his team they don't know but so much. I need somebody to explain more about this baby oil situation. I understand putting the drug in the baby oil, but where did it stem from and why? You could have just put it in a drink or gave it to him. I mean, I really don't understand what the deal is with the baby oil. Another thing I would question, that all those thousands of bottles of baby oil that the feds had took from Diddy's home, were those bottles sealed or were they open? Those are the questions that I was wondering, because they never said that in none of these reports. They never said anything about the bottles being opened or sealed. And I know one would say, well, what difference would it make? But it does make a difference, because you want to know where this stuff is coming from and who's doing it. Who would do that? And because we can't hear from the horse's mouth, we just speculate. All this is speculation. All this is allegedly. Let me keep saying that. Allegedly, because I forget to say that throughout some of these videos. Allegedly. Everything is allegedly. So I just want to ask some questions that how did you allegedly get this? And who allegedly thought of this to do? Was it a team that sat around the conference table, a meeting, and how can we get this? I forgot the GB. I forgot, but that drug that they put in the baby oil and offered to people. How did they get that out there? Who came up with that? That's the question I have. But anyway, all the best to Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj. Like I said, I don't think that they're really. Oh, and this happened, I think, back in 2014. I think that's what I think it said. Don't quote me on that, but I think I saw it was 2014. So like I said, this 2014, that probably would have been around the time that Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj were really spatting in public, like on what in the music. Lil Kim did that comeback, that diss track against Nicki Minaj. I can't remember the name of it, but I remember that where the album cover was like her head cut off and with blood everywhere. Was it Black Friday? I think it was Black Friday. This would have been around all that time. So it make me wonder, like, are they in the studios practicing how to write and how to diss each other? Because why is it behind the scenes y'all partying together? And I'm not saying to say that Lil Kim probably could have been there at the club on the first floor, Nicki Minaj on the third floor. But my thing is, if I'm beefing with somebody that heavy, I don't even want to be in the same building with you, unless it's an award or something where we really rock like that. But if we're not rocking like that and it's a party I'm invited to, I'm not coming to that. I'm like, no, I'll pass. Diddy, I love you as a brother, but nah, I ain't fucking rocking with it right now. I'll come to the next one. Keep me on the list for the next one, but not now, not this. But anyway, because I just want to come on and clear the name, let you know I like both artists, Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj, and they were brought up in this new lawsuit with Busby, but they really weren't. The young lady did not specifically say that she was in touch with Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim. So, all right, should be cleared. Moving right along. Cassie is next. We're going to talk about Cassie. Who else we got? We got Cassie. We got Queen Latifah. And Missy Elliott. Oh man, they've received this award just recently from Washington D.C. a prestigious award, but we're gonna get into that. And again, Gabrielle Union. Let's keep it moving. Cassie, they're saying is ready to sing. Cassie ready to sing. This is coming from the Daily Mail, and one of our own blogger, Tisa Tells, I was listening to her recently, and reported from the Daily Mail that Cassie has some NDAs against her, of course, so that's why she's not out doing interviews. But she also has that big whop of money too, so that's probably keeping her busy and keeping her, cool and happy at the moment. But for the most part, she has some NDAs, so she can't really interview. But we're not sure if she can actually sing. We don't know if in that contract, that clause, if it's saying that she can't sing, can't go forward with making music. As more information come, I will probably present it in the next video, but more likely present it in the next video. But we're not sure if she's blocked, the NDA blocked her from making new material or not. So we just have to find that out. Still working on it. But she is saying that she's looking at material. They're saying that she's looking at more new material. But she also has a plethora of music that she recorded and that never had been released. So with Cassie's situation, and she can sing. I mean, I don't know if you heard the short that I did about her earlier in the week, but that was her music. I didn't know that was Cassie when I was looking through her catalog that I saw online. But yeah, she's ready, and I would be too. I mean, Diddy is behind bars, and I guess he's going to be behind it until at least May, until he goes to his court date. And I think they said they pushed it back to like May-ish or whatever. And I don't think there's no him being released anytime soon. And just then too, TMZ reported this morning, or I was reading that his son's actually without fighting about to jump Ray J, the actor Ray J. I'm like, what in the hell is going on out there? But Chris Brown jumped in and broke it up, supposedly. But Chris Brown is a good artist. I have to give him that. That's another touring brother of mine. So great minds think alike. Break it up. Don't let them fight, because that's not going to really do much for what's going on for them right now. You know what I'm saying? So we don't need the daddy and the sons behind bars. Somebody has to tell the story and keep the bills going, or keep stuff afloat and represent that Combs name, So kudos to you, Chris Brown, for intervening and breaking that fight up. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, yeah, Cassie is ready. She's back. Getting back to the story. She's ready. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. So all the best to you, Cassie, girl. Get your money, do your thing. Continue to stack that paper up because, like I said, this is a time for you. This is your day. All the best to you, Cassie, and your team over there. All right, moving right along. We're doing good. Queen Latifah and Missy Elliott were honored recently at the White House in Washington, D.C. Now, this award that they were giving is the government's highest level of awards of the arts for outstanding contribution to the art. So just to name a few from the past: Gladys Knight, Aretha Franklin, Bruce Springsteen, and Tina Turner. They were amongst some of the artists in the past that's received this award as well. So all the best to you, Missy Elliott, with your 4 Grammys, and all the best to you, Queen Latifah, with your Grammy and Emmy. And Queen Latifah, she had the Living Single that ran. Let's see, what can we get that? That ran for 5 seasons. Living Single ran for 5 seasons. I can't remember the name she played on that, but on Living Single, I like the one with the braids. I can't remember her name either. Erica Alexander is her real name in real life, but on the show, I can't remember what her name was. But I liked her character, always liked her character, because she was independent as a person, not just as a woman, but as a person in general. She was an independent person. She lived on her own, and she came and hung out with the crew, but then she also had her own life. She also did her own thing. So I like that about her. And not only did I like that about her, it reflected a little bit on me. That's how I was. I always worked, but I also made time to hang out and sketch time for my friends as well. So, and to be able to balance it, because some people can't do that and balance it. Some get a little out of hand. They start getting crazy and looking crazy and all this stuff, whatever the case. But with Erica, it seemed like it was balanced. And I like that about her. I like that about the whole show. Like I said, Queen Latifah, she did a good job. Her crew over there, they did a good job with this, with Living Single. Hopefully it'll come back. And also, she was the first rapper to get a star on a Hollywood Walk of Fame. So yeah, definitely congratulations in order to both of them for their contribution to the art, for sure. All right, well, that's all for me. Let's see. I just had this one more here. All right, so just Gabrielle Union. Hey, Gabrielle Union, I did a short recently on her. She had mentioned back in 2017 that she had begun pleasing herself at the age of 5 years old. I don't know why she brought this to the attention, but I think that maybe it might have been something else going on there. But for the most part, this is what we have to go by what she gave us, and this is what she gave us. So I'm reporting on it. Now, I did get a little comments that weren't pleasing in my review for that video. And I do want to apologize to the ones that I may have offended, because that's not my purpose. My purpose is only to uplift and just keep you up to date with news. And as we grow together, I want to make sure that we are always all on the same page. And if we're not, you know, you can always, like I said, email me and reach out to me. Or like I saw the comment, so, you know, put it in there too. And I will make sure that I address it and correct anything that needs to be corrected. I can't delete the video because this is the nature of my work. I'm a content creator, so I'm here to report information that needs to be reported to you guys. So I won't delete the video, but I will say that going forward, I'll be a little bit more mindful of the viewers, you family, our family, the ones that we're growing with. So moving right along, Omari Hardwick. Now, 50 Cent was on The Breakfast Club recently, and this week, actually, and I caught some of his interview with them. He was talking about Omari and when he was over there with Power, and I guess he had issues with his pay and money and stuff like that, and 50 was like saying, you know, hey, look now, you wasn't really doing much when you was before the show, and your new projects, you really ain't doing much with those. It's not really popping off either, so, I mean, 50 did have a point, but my point is, with all of it, is these are usually contracts involved with these projects. When you're negotiating your contract, it seems like you would bring up the pay then. Not sign a contract and then, you know, go on to other platforms and talk about the pay, you know, not getting paid what you expected and yada, yada, yada. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he also talked about, 50 Cent also talked about they had offered him, what, $3 million to do Many Men, the song Many Men with the RNC and with the this past last weekend at the Madison Square Garden, the situation they had there. But he turned it down. He said, no, he ain't really into the politics like that. So, and I agree with him, you know, to a certain degree. You know, he's not really into it. So he kind of just stayed out of it. And he's not really, you know, not really his thing. So I get it. 50 and with the new studio down there in Shreveport, Louisiana. I did a video a while back on when he first, I think, broke ground with that. A guy first was looking at it or something, and now he's like, you know, their business is doing well. They're with that new company is bringing that business. He met with the mayor there, and really he's really doing his thing as far as like just helping the inner city of Shreveport with the project of his studio being down there, you know, and bringing money to the community. So that's a good thing. That's always a good thing to hear. And all the best to you in all your future endeavors, 50. Definitely. So, all right, let's see what we got here. We pretty much at the end of this list. We covered, what did we cover? We covered Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade with this new nail polish line. Who else we talked about? Little Kim and Nicki Minaj. And we talked about Cassie. Wow, Cassie, Queen Latifah Missy. And we talked about Gabrielle Union. Yeah, and 50 Cent, of course. So what can I say? Thank you for your time. And until next time, peace. If you have any special announcements coming up, birthdays, anniversaries, or even a divorce, who knows how you celebrate in your household? Drop me a line. Or if you just want to send me a note and say hi. Or suggestions how to build this channel up, or anything that you've seen or think that I should add or take away. I would like to hear your suggestions. Your opinion matters over here. So send me an email. You'll find an email in my description below, but I also wanted to verbally give it to you as well. You can send an email to me at smalltalkwithbadams@gmail.com. That's all one word, smalltalkwithbadams@gmail.com. Let's grow this channel together. See you later, family. The Adams family. Peace.